I'd like to talk to you guys a little bit about food safety and the importance of it today. Have you ever shared a cantaloupe with your friends and family on a hot summer day or something? Well, if you did and the cantaloupe wasn't handled properly and you didn't wash it before you eat it, it could be the last thing you ever ate in your life. According to the Gale Encyclopedia of Environmental Health, in 2011, 29 people died and at least 139 people across 28 states were sickened from eating cantaloupe contaminated with listeria. The cantaloupe was traced back to a single farm with unsanitary handling conditions and caused all the problems. So today I'm going to cover a little bit about foodborne pathogens and how they can affect your life. I'm going to talk about cross-contamination of allergens and the importance of segregating allergens. I'm also going to talk a little bit about food contamination of foreign material, glass, wood, hard plastic. So I've been in the food industry for about 10 years now, and I've worked closely with food safety practitioners and SQF auditors, safe quality food auditors, to help maintain the high standards of food quality in manufacturing facilities. So, how it affects your life. Food safety and how it affects your life. Anything you could eat has the potential to be contaminated with foodborne pathogens, allergenic material, glass, wood, hard plastic. It's up to the food industry and you to be diligent about the food you eat and how it affects your life. So first I want to talk a little bit about foodborne pathogens and the dangers of them. There's three of the major ones: E. coli, Salmonella, Listeria. 48 million people get sick and 128 people are hospitalized and 3,000 deaths annually in the USA alone. Some of the easy ways to prevent foodborne pathogens is washing your hands. According to the CDC, washing your hands is one of the best ways to prevent cross-contamination of foodborne pathogens. So properly washing raw material, handling raw material and product, using clean and sanitary utensils, using food before it expires, keeping animals away from food preparation areas. The next thing I'd like to talk about is allergens and the importance of segregating allergens. The Gale Encyclopedia states that it's estimated that 2% of all adults and 5% of children have food allergies. There's 150 fatal deaths in America, and 30,000 people go to the emergency room annually over cross-contamination of allergens and allergen-related incidents. As we all know, keeping allergens segregated in the workplace is very important. Doing your allergen cleanouts right are important. Just allergen packaging, reading allergens and the warning labels on allergens is very important. So anyway, the New York Times states that in 2018, 1/3 of the FDA recalls involved packaging foods that were erroneously labeled. So they weren't labeled with the right allergen, and it caused somebody to get sick, and they did a recall on it. So now I'd like to move on to foreign material and how it can be harmful to you in food. So foreign material consists of glass, wood, hard plastic, anything that gets into the food and is not detected. We have several ways of detecting foreign material, but the best way is to be vigilant as you're preparing your food or processing your food. So we have metal detectors that can detect the metal. We have sifting that can sift out the foreign material. Some of the dangers of foreign material: lacerations to the tongue and mouth, broken teeth, choking hazards, can even lead to surgery due to foreign material getting ingested and going into your digestive system. So, to recap a little bit about what we've talked about, foodborne pathogens can be very harmful, so read cooking instructions on packaging thoroughly. Make sure that your food's handled right and that it's cooked to the right temperature. Make sure you're washing your hands. When you wash your hands for 20 seconds. Soap your hands with soapy water. They need to scrub for 20 seconds and rinse thoroughly. And when you're done rinsing, you shut off the water with a paper towel if you need to. Allergen contamination. Make sure that you're reading your food packaging labels correctly and segregating allergens and being careful there, and possible contamination of foreign material. Watch out for warning signs of glass, wood, and hard plastic in packaging. So food safety should not be a burden. It should be something that we do to make sure that all our families are safe